All right, it is Falcon Forward time. This is my favorite day of the week. It doesn't matter when we record it. Sometimes it's Monday, sometimes it's Friday. Today, it's Tuesday, and I am not with Mike. I'm recording with Dove. So, Dove, thank you for setting time aside and doing this. I'm so excited to talk with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm excited. I love watching your guys' episodes every week, so I'm glad to be on.
Yeah. All right. So before we get started, it's my wife's birthday tomorrow. And so I need you to rate my wrapping paper on a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 second, I'm going to grab this package.
Okay.
Okay. So how am I doing? I don't know if you can see this. It's pretty good,
Did
right?
did your kids help you?
No, they didn't. That's the best part. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you a 7 out of 10 for effort.
7 out of 10. That's way
Yeah,
nicer than I thought you would. I haven't put a bow on it yet.
that'll definitely help. Well,
She
happy
hasn't
birthday to
seen
your
this
wife.
yet. Yeah, she hasn't seen this yet either. It's a surprise. And so, anyways, yeah, the last couple of years, I just have progressively been getting worse at packaging. So there's a
Oh,
marriage hack here. Any boys that are listening that are not yet married, when you do get married, don't wrap your packages really well. Don't wrap gifts well because you're going to set a precedent and then you have to hit that bar every single year. So I started out
that's true.
terrible and I've just gotten
Mhm.
progressively worse. So
It's a good life hack.
it's great. It's great. I don't know if your husband knows how to wrap gifts. It was a skill my mother taught me at a very young age. That and writing thank you notes, but never quite got around to it. So, anyways, yeah, we'll see what she says tomorrow. We're here to talk about you though, and specifically, like I'm just we've hung out a couple times. I think I saw you a couple weeks ago at our 45th company anniversary, which is awesome.
Yeah, that was so fun to get to meet everybody's kids and
I
families.
I
That
know.
was a first. We've never done a family event before, so that was awesome.
Yeah, and actually, you're right. My kids have never come along to a Falcon West event, so I don't even know if my wife's met everybody. So it was really cool.
Yeah, that
And
was
then
fun.
trying to figure out how to draw, cards and write stuff in them for other kids, and it was just awesome. So
Yeah, it was.
Myra put together a great situation there. But you work with Matthew Portillo mostly, I think,
I
right?
do, yes, exclusively just for Matt, yeah.
Exclusively.
Yes.
Gosh, what a guy to work with. We've had Matt on before,
Mhm.
probably back in February, March. But how did you get into insurance? Are you the same AAA, entry, or did you get into a different way?
So I kinda fell into it by accident as well. So I was working at the YMCA teaching swim lessons part-time to little kids, which was fun.
Yeah.
But I was looking for a full-time job, so I responded to a Craigslist ad for a receptionist and
Okay.
then became the receptionist. The next year, I got my license, and then ever since, I've been in commercial lines.
Yeah. Okay. Craigslist, for those of you who've never used it before, used to be a pretty reputable site. Now I don't recommend
Yeah,
it. You could actually get jobs on there and buy cars and all
yeah.
kinds of cool things. And now I've not used Craigslist in a very long time.
Yeah, I haven't either, but yeah, back
So
then it was the hot place for
it
jobs.
was cool. And so you started out as a receptionist. How long were you in that position before they're like, well, hang on, like you can do more than just, receptionist things?
Yeah. I think I was there for 6 months before they brought up licensing, and then so I think 8 or 9 months total before I actually got my license, and then within a year, I was back assisting the commercial lines.
Got it. So you've always
Yeah.
been on the commercial line side.
Yes.
Okay. All
Yes,
right.
definitely. I love commercial lines.
Yeah. Any temptation, any point in your career to like go to private client or, home and auto or anything like that? Or has it always been like, yeah, this is just,
Oh.
I just like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like it. I just think there's only a few lines with home and auto, whereas commercial lines, there's so many different lines, there's so many different kind of businesses.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love commercial lines.
I'm the same. And even when you talk to, I love using the coffee shop example, but one coffee shop is completely different than the next one, right? And
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
always some flavor and variety to it.
Yeah.
So working with Matt, he's been my life-saving phone call many times. I think I called him on a Thanksgiving once for a claim. Client had a broken window. Can ask him all about that later. But what's your day-to-day look like? I mean, I know you tend to start your day early because I know Matt starts his day early.
Yeah.
Like, walk me through that because that's not, maybe that's common, maybe it's not, but I kind of like to hear that. It's kind of it's how I operate as well.
Yeah. So typically, when I get up in the morning, I like to jump on my emails first thing, just see what's in there, see what I've got going on, get rid of all the junk. And then just from there, I typically start at like 6:30 or 7 working and just getting through my emails, suspenses. Yeah. But yeah, I have the most energy early in the morning. So I like to get everything out.
Gotcha. I'm the same way. If I can, yeah, emails don't tend to pile up too much overnight, thankfully. But there
Yeah.
are some that I'll let sit for the night because I'm like, I can't respond to something at 4:30 with the same
Yeah. Yeah.
clarity, right?
Yeah.
Or
That
if I
makes
gotta
sense.
review like a policy or something, it's got to be first thing. I can't do it
Yeah.
any earlier.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about businesses, so commercial insurance, is there like a particular, like commercial is broad.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
love working with oil and gas companies. Like that's sort of been my passion. Like weirdly to say passion and insurance and the same thing, but I love
Yeah.
working with those companies. But do you have like a particular industry that you like to work with more than others, or like a favorite? I know it's all fun, but at the end of the day, is there like one industry? If you had to pick one, would you go for anything?
Yeah, I definitely would do contractors. I had a heavy contractor book at my last agency, and so I really feel like I got to like specialize in it and figure out, they need all these different endorsements and
Mhm.
making sure they had the right coverages and then getting certs back to them as soon as possible, so they can get on the job. And that always felt good, when they were happy with the work I did and said, "Hey, we got the job because you returned the cert
Mhm.
fastest."
It's
So,
not. It's
yeah,
amazing.
definitely contractors.
Okay. Yeah, the amount
Yeah.
of endorsements is crazy. Like you have to know
Yeah.
additional insured, you have to know waiver of subrogation, you got to know all these extra things that you're not going to
Yeah.
come across with, a restaurant, for example, right? It's just
Yeah.
not as
Yeah,
common.
definitely.
Yeah, and I always wondered, I was like, why am I reading all the time? Like I have an additional insured like document on my desk that
Mhm.
I've been meaning to read it, but it's like full of what I consider legalese.
Yeah.
But I want to read it, and it's like 13 things insurance brokers should know about additional insureds. Now that
Yeah.
sounds completely boring to most people, but I'm like, I can't wait to print this thing out. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm like the same way. I wanna
Yeah,
know which because each form is different. So there's
yeah,
like, a regular AI and then there's a completed operations and they all do
exactly.
different things. So it's interesting.
Yeah, it's fun. What's it like working with Matt? Like he wears hats, and like I literally mean he wears hats. He wears a lot of
Yeah,
hats.
he does.
He's probably the most casual insurance broker I've ever met. Like if you've met Matt and you've met Bill and you put them in the same room,
Mhm.
completely different people, both
Yes.
great at what they do.
Yes.
Bill just tends to be a little more buttoned up. He's got the polo on. Matt's more casual. Like I don't know. If I was a client, I would love to work with him just because I feel
Yeah.
like more relatable. I don't know. Does that come
Mhm.
across to clients, or like what's something about Matt that we don't know with his
I
like
mean,
customer
I
service?
definitely think so. He has a great relationship with these insureds. Like we've had a lot of them for years and years,
Hmm.
and they're not going anywhere because Matt's giving them great service. He literally answers his phone 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and so yeah, he's great at what he does, and I love working with him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Are you ever involved in like client conversations? Like, we'll do a Zoom call, or hey, we got to do a phone call with this client. Like, are you part of that ever?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I definitely am. Some of our bigger clients, I'll go down and meet with them, and the other casino that we have, I just recently went out there and met them. So yeah, definitely, I do go out and do some of those meetings with him, and I like getting to know the insureds. That's a fun part, and then you know who you're talking to when you're emailing, all day long with them.
yeah, totally. It is, yeah. So that's cool that you get to go and actually get out of the house too, because we work remote, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
that's been that was a really difficult transition for me. I went to an
Mhm.
office every day, 6, 7 days a
Mhm.
week.
Yeah.
So, getting out of the house has always been a challenge. So Mondays now is my day to like leave, get in my
Yeah.
truck and just drive around, either
Yeah.
go to see clients or meet with them in person or just meet new people. It's also an excuse to get coffee out, which is really the reason I do it, if I'm being honest. But my wife isn't supposed to know that. Anyways, we have a very tight coffee budget. So you get to go out and do things. How do you like working remote though? Like it's not for everybody, right? It's
Yeah.
gives you flexibility, but there's also this part like got kids at home or spouses
Yeah.
home or all those things. There's temptation of like, man, I can go, make a 5-course meal in the kitchen right now if I wanted to or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
naming all my problems, not yours necessarily. So, like, what's it like for you though?
Yeah, I love working from home. So I was the same. I went to an office, the last agency I worked for, I was there for 11 years. So I did the commute every day, even though, might not be long. You're still getting ready,
Yeah.
you're driving, there's all this time that you get back from working from home.
Hmm.
But yeah, I love, even though, somebody else is watching my son, I still get to go out there and give him a hug and
Totally.
say hi to him. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. And then you have no commute home. When your day is over, you can just walk away.
Yeah. Turn it off, hopefully.
Yeah. But then, yeah, there is the other side of it because you could also turn it back on.
Totally. Well, my
Yeah.
so you just saw my background. I have this like drop cloth I use, and
Uh-huh.
because I'm in my room, like I'm literally in
Yeah.
my bedroom, and my
Yeah.
bed is right there. So I wake up, and the
Yeah.
first thing I see, there's my kids, is my screen, and it's
Yeah.
that temptation to like turn it on and just keep
Yeah.
working, and which is fine. I don't know. It's a work life mix versus balance for me. Some people like the
Mhm.
balance, but as a producer, I see it a little
Yeah.
different. Account managers, I think
Yeah.
you can turn it off and walk away a little easier. Maybe, I don't know. It might not be the case. I don't know. Am I oversimplifying it? Maybe.
I mean, for the most part, yeah. If Matt reaches out after hours and needs something and I'm home, I'm gonna do it. Either I'm gonna do it now or I'm gonna do it tomorrow. So I might as well, do it. And then it
Yeah.
makes us look good.
Yeah.
That, we're willing to do anything for our clients.
Yeah. I agree with you there. What is a I don't know. We've all had great clients. We've all had tough clients. What's a great client relationship look like for you? Like, is it like going back to the contractors? They're happy with things because of how we perform. But
Yeah.
are there certain things like that you hope your clients do? Like, I know, for example, this is happening as we speak. Been asking for updated payroll and updated gross sales from a particular client for the past
Uh-huh.
30 days.
Yeah.
Renewals in 14 days. They're just always slow. So
Yeah.
are there certain things that you just wish your clients would do for you a little quicker?
Yes.
And
That
again,
would
like,
be exactly it.
okay, all right, those two things, right? That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
two
just
numbers are
getting
big.
getting information back, I hate having to go multiple times.
Yeah,
Hey, just following up. Do you have
yeah,
that information?
yeah,
You know? Yeah,
yeah,
that would be the best if they just get the information back right away. And
yeah.
with Matt's relationships, oftentimes we do get information back right away because I'll send
Hmm.
an email and then he's also texting them, hey buddy,
Yeah,
can you send this over to Dove? And
yeah.
5 minutes later I have it. It's awesome.
That's cool. And so that's the
Yeah.
tactic is just Matt's all over it too with you,
Yeah.
and it's
He's
such a
he's
team effort.
very, very hands-on.
Yeah.
The other agency I worked with, I worked for, all the producers and it was very hands-off. And so it's awesome that, Matt's very, very hands-on with everything. If I ever have an issue, he's there to help.
Are
I
you
never feel like
guys?
I'm like left hanging.
Yeah. No. Are you guys? I mean, are you phone? Like, what's your medium between you and Matt? Is it like phone call? We do a Zoom call. Like, are you guys always talking? Is it text messages? Like, what's that dynamic like?
Yeah, we do a mix. He might send me an email for something. He might send me a text message. He might message me on Ring Central. I know the fastest way to get, like, if I want something from him, I'm gonna text him.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay. All
so I
right.
know he's gonna look at it quickly.
I don't know if you're a fan of The Office. Have you seen The Office?
I love The Office,
Okay.
yes.
Well, you've heard of Woof, right? Woof.com, right? So, you get
Uh-huh.
the text, and like, I think that that's
Yeah,
just kind of how we all sort of send smoke signals and all that, but it
yeah,
seems to be kind of how it works, right?
yeah,
I'm really bad at checking Ring Central. I have my Ring Central phone forwarded to my cell phone, but if you
yeah,
text me, it's probably an instant reply, like
yeah.
freakishly so, like almost like, why were you reading it as I'm sending it? But it's just how I
Like you're
roll.
you're waiting for them to text you.
Pretty much, like, it seems like that sometimes.
Yeah.
So, challenges in the commercial lines account manager role. What are some things that you've come across recently, maybe within the last 60 days, that you've had to kind of
Last
overcome and figure out?
60 days.
Yeah.
Yes. We had a policy where we issued, it said on it that it was a 1-year quote and it ended up being a 3-month quote. And
Oh my
so,
gosh.
that was scary for the client. So we had to figure that out,
Hmm.
go back and forth between the wholesale broker because they had quoted us said it was a year, but it was really a 3-month quote. And, we went back and forth, back and forth. Finally, we were able to, it was a course of construction. So they're actually going to be done before the year is up. So
Hmm.
we finally got it to 6 months. But things like that happen. People make mistakes. Everybody's human. And so often when you get quotes from, wholesalers, there might be a mistake in it.
Hmm.
So,
Fix it, figure it out,
yep,
right? Yeah,
yep.
exactly. And
Everything always works out. So I used to like overly stress out about things, and I actually wrote this down on my desk. I have a note that says everything always works out, and it always does.
I need to remember that. I have different I have a label printer, and I print like little things for myself and stick them on my screen, and I need to print that
Yeah,
do the same thing. So
yeah, yeah. That's my note. Whenever I
I like
get
that.
like super stressed about a client situation, they're not getting back to me, their policy is going to renew tomorrow. I just go to the everything always works out.
Yeah.
They'll email me.
Oh my gosh. All right. I need your
Yeah,
faith in that idea.
yeah,
All right. Well, that's going to be the title now for this podcast is everything's going to work out. If you were starting out in the industry today, would you do anything different than what you did before? Obviously, I think there's less insurance brokerages with receptionists, right? So that's
yes,
just
definitely. So yeah, that's out.
Yeah, that's out. But like, how would you get into the role you're in now? Like, and let's say Falcon West doesn't exist. So we're not gonna
Yeah.
talk Falcon West here. Dove's starting out. She needs to go, figure out the account manager thing. What would you do first?
Yeah, I would probably go get licensed first just so I, had that under my belt and then, try to get somebody to hire me as maybe an assistant. I think it was easier for me because we were not remote at that time, so when I was training, I was like literally sitting next to another account manager watching them work the entire time.
Hmm.
If I had a question, I would ask somebody the question. So definitely ask questions. If you're a new account manager, don't be scared to ask questions because we've all been in the position of, just starting out. So
Yeah, I think that's a good. I still ask a lot of questions. I mean, I'm asking you
yeah.
questions. I ask questions all the time.
Yeah.
I think that's all I've gotten good at. And one thing that I've learned too with like working with Mike, right?
Uh-huh.
He's always asking questions, and I've learned some
Yeah.
good ones from him. And I actually have like a notebook of them, which not Mike specifically. Like Mike, if you hear
Yeah.
this, don't let that go to your head. I have a book of questions from everybody, so
Yeah.
just good ones. But
Well,
yeah,
how did
no.
how did you get into insurance? Because I know
Uh,
it's been what, 3 years now?
yeah, so 3 years at Falcon West. I got licensed
Yeah.
before that. A friend of mine had a home and auto agency, and the business that I worked for, family owned, sold. So I was like,
Mhm.
great, I need to go do something else with my life. Kind of like a people joke about quarter life crisis. It's a real
Uh,
thing.
yeah.
So I was 30, and so I got licensed. I remember waking up at like 4 o'clock every morning, studying until 6, leave for work at 6:30,
Yeah.
do the thing. And I probably did that for 30 to 40 days or something, got my license. It was weird too, because I got it during COVID. And the reason I got it was because I wanted to understand my friend's business. Like, it wasn't just
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm going to go be an insurance broker. It was,
Yeah.
I really want to understand like what this industry is. And so, anyways, I got the license, and it was weird because I remember being in my room, and you have to test remote, and so they would like make you pick up your camera and like show them the
Mhm.
room, and they'd ask you all these
Yeah.
questions. It was so weird. Took the test, passed. That felt good, and then I've just been really good at keeping my CE credits up to date because I didn't want anything to lapse.
Yeah.
And then let's see, talked to Mike for like a year on and off. I knew I didn't want to do home and auto just because
Uh-huh.
I wanted commercial. I really wanted to talk to
Yeah.
businesses. I loved
Yeah.
the industry side of it and kind of how complicated or uncomplicated it can be. Like, you can rate things on payroll, you can rate things on gross sales, like all those little
Yeah.
nuances that are kind of fun that you don't get with personal lines. I'd always been good at building websites and apps and tools and tech and stuff, and so kind of enjoyed that part of it and building my own. So anyways, I ended up with talking to Mike, talked to Matt, talked to Bill, and I was like, I gotta go do this. So told my
Yeah.
wife, I'm like, she's like, I remember I was in San Clemente. It was our 7th anniversary, and Mike called me, and she's like, offered me the job, and she's like, are you gonna do it? And I said, well, I'm like, I don't know. Like, she's like, well, what do you want to do? And I remember like, okay, yeah, I want to do it. She's like, okay, then just
Yeah.
do it. But if my wife hadn't supported me, I'll tell you this,
Mhm.
like, it wouldn't have happened. There's another thing that she did where like Mike wanted me to be part of this. He wanted me to like join the seminar. I couldn't make it
Mhm.
that day because I was still working my other job before I moved. And my wife was like, "Hey, let me do it for you." So I came home, and she had like taken all the notes for me. It was like it was just so cool. So my wife is
That's
really
awesome.
my cheerleader on everything. It's her birthday tomorrow, so you can tell like I gotta make sure I do it right. So
Yes, definitely.
but anyways, yeah, that's how I got into it, and it's been fun. But yeah, I don't know if I wouldn't do it any different. I think the reason like the academy and like all these interns and stuff now that we have, a lot of that was because I didn't have that when I started, and I kind of wanted
Yeah.
to design what we didn't have, right? Which was,
Yeah.
here's a crash course. You don't have to get licensed. Let's see if you like it. And I think I
Yeah.
would have fallen in love with it because I love the structure. I love like building an SOV or a well schedule, or like
Yeah.
it's kind of weird and nerdy, but I have the right personality for it. My mom always, she's always like, I wish you should have been an attorney. You should have been an attorney. I'm like, never wanted to go to law school. Plus,
Yeah.
like, whatever your parents tell you to go be, you kind of don't want
Yeah.
to
You
do
never
that.
want to be that. Yeah.
But insurance checks the box of like paperwork, being methodical, being consistent, being thorough, really more than anything else. And then,
Yeah.
and then coming through for people, right? And just making sure that it gets done. So
Yeah, definitely. I think the academy is awesome. I think that what you're doing is awesome for those people because it is hard being remote and learning. So I'm sure you had to, fend for yourself basically.
totally. I mean, just the amount of reading that I do, like, I'm not kidding when I tell people that I read for 2 or 3 hours a day. They're like, why, about what? Like, what could you possibly be reading?
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
like, you don't know. Like, I want to be the best at what I do, and
Yeah.
it's going to take that much time to do it, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move past work though, because we've been talking for 21 minutes now about insurance, and I'm curious like what you like to do outside of the office, because let's be honest, this is, we work to live, not the other way around.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, as you know, I have a 2-year-old, so I spend a lot of time with my family,
Yes.
just him and my husband. He's actually going to be 3 next month. I can't believe it.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, we live in the desert, so we like to go swimming a lot. We love going to the beach whenever we can go back. We're actually going to go up to the beach in Lucadia for about a week next month for
Right.
his birthday. So yeah, we're
Okay.
all really looking forward to that
Okay.
that vacation.
Do you have a spot in Lucadia? I love Lucadia.
Yeah.
Perfect place. Is there a place that you go when you're there, like restaurant, coffee shop, anywhere that maybe I'm missing?
Let's see, the best coffee shop. I'm blanking on the name right now. There is a really good one there.
Yeah.
You've probably been there. I think they have a
I
few
know the only one I know is like right at
locations.
the edge. There's like Lofty Coffee is right there.
Lofty, that's what
Lofty's
it
good.
is.
Okay,
Yeah,
Lofty's
Lofty. Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Okay. Have
Yeah,
you been to
Lofty
Phil's?
Coffee. No, I've never been to
God, you
Phil's.
gotta go to
I
Phil's.
should
It's
check
an
that out.
Encinitas, but go to Phil's
Yeah.
right now. So they have something called the filtered soul, which is amazing. You get
Uh-huh.
that really good.
Mhm.
They have, I don't like peanut butter, but they have a
Mhm.
peanut butter drink right now that
Mhm.
unbelievable. Like I
Really
don't
good.
even understand. So go to Phil's,
Yeah,
and then
I'll check that out.
Hamburger Hut, which is a new spot there,
Mhm.
but it's really good. They got good hamburgers.
We'll
If
have
you
to
like
go
that.
there.
They got
Yeah,
rid of
yeah,
their
we love
chicken
hamburgers.
selection. They got rid of their chicken and their vegan stuff, which I don't have a problem. But my wife was like, she doesn't eat beef, so
Oh, yeah.
kind of a bummer there. But I'll still go
Yeah,
back. But it's not as much fun. But go to, yeah, Hamburger Hut's really good. So, and then it's
yeah,
all construction right now. Like it's all
really.
they're making it like a bigger street right in the middle of summer. I think it's a great time to start construction in
That's right,
Lucadia.
because we used to live there 5 years ago, and they
Yeah,
were still working on it then, so
yeah.
it's taken them a long time.
It's worse now. It's worse now, but like it's keeping the people. I think it's keeping people away from that area, which is also
Yeah,
nice. So
yeah, so maybe less tourists.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
so if you don't mind, I gotta ask because your husband, I think he does barbecues, right?
Yeah, he does. He has an
Okay.
custom outdoor kitchen showroom in San Marcos, so if you're ever over there, you should go check it out.
I
It's
live
awesome.
over in that area.
Yeah.
Do you guys must have like the most incredible grill set up at home? Then you have to
We have multiple grills, and then he
multiple.
has yes, multiple at home, smoker and gas grill, and
Okay.
then at his showroom, he has tons of grills, and now he's selling ice baths, so he set up, like, a really
Whoa.
cool little showroom. Yeah,
The ice
it's
bath thing's
awesome.
cool. My wife would
Yeah,
love that. She's in the whole
yeah.
fitness thing. I'm not as much, but the ice bath thing would be cool.
So what's cool about the ice bath that he sells is it's an ice bath, and then it turns into a hot tub. So I personally don't like the
Mm,
ice bath, but once in a while, he'll make it, hot for me, and then I get
yeah,
to enjoy it too. Yeah,
that's really
so
cool.
yeah.
How does he feel about the Blackstones, right? Do you guys have a Blackstone grill? Like everyone's
We
going back to these griddle
Yeah,
style
we
grills.
used to have a Blackstone. It
Yeah.
rusted out really quick, so we don't use that anymore. We have like a griddle type on the gas grill.
Okay.
So we use that when we're gonna do like pancakes and bacon and stuff like that. But yeah, he'll smoke up some good stuff all the time.
All right. All right. I'm supposed
Yeah,
to
you
yeah.
have to go check it out.
Yeah, I have a tiny my we moved. Now we got a place in Vista, small little place. I mean, literally my backyard. I could probably touch the end of it. But I have
Yeah.
a tiny little Traeger and back of his truck when you go to the desert.
Mhm,
That to me, I had to go like
mhm.
put legs on it because he took the legs off and custom. It's a
Yeah,
whole story. It's falling
yeah,
apart. I need a new grill, so I'm probably due to go see him and I'm not like a full setup, but I just need something that'll fit my backyard. So,
yeah.
anyways,
Barbecue Marco. So
done. All right.
yeah.
You guys heard it. You guys can go look it up. If you guys need a grill, Barbecue
Yep.
Freedom in San Marcos.
Yep.
Well, I will put a link to that in the show notes. Dov, what am I not asking you that I should be asking? Like, is there anything that I'm missing?
I think that's it. I do have my cards if you wanna.
Okay, let's talk about the note card because we got to remember to talk about that. What do you have there?
Okay, these cards from 2010 from when I
Okay.
was in Mike Russ, and this is how I passed the test. I memorized every single one of these,
Oh my gosh.
but I went through all of them last night. Some of them I didn't search to anymore.
Quiz me right now. Give me
So
one and let's see if
let's
I'm
do
even
one.
close.
Okay, what is a non-admitted insurer?
A non-admitted insurer is one that is not, they're not governed by the state that they're doing business in.
Yes, they're not licensed
Not licensed. Okay. All
in
right.
the state, but
Close enough.
yeah, good job. Yep, let's see another one.
Okay.
What is vicarious liability?
I have not a clue. And here's what's crazy. I can literally show you right now a document to read about vicarious liability because I want to learn about it.
Okay, all but still held responsible. An example would be an employee vicarious fees.
Okay. So I know what it is, but I didn't know what the label was.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Can I
Yeah.
say that? Okay.
Yes.
All right, give me one
You
more
know what
because
it is.
three is the number. Three's my lucky number.
All right. What does cargo insurance cover?
Cargo.
Sorry, I ate the hard ones because I thought, well, Mike on.
That's funny. No, so now like a new segment. I'm gonna just try to stump Mike every week
Yeah.
a new flashcard.
I can
That's
send you these flashcards.
You should, yeah, or take a picture of them or something. That's
Yeah.
all. Well, Dove, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Spending time with me today.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, fun learning. And guys, if you are on, like, we don't do guests often. I would like to do more guests. Listening to me and Mike talk about insurance concepts is less fun than this. So, anyways, we'll talk soon. Dove, have a great afternoon.
You too.
Go enjoy your renewals and then the upcoming weekend, and we'll talk soon.
I will, and happy birthday to your wife.
Yes, I'll pass it along. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.